Hello! I would like to welcome you to the Laramy-K Optician Works Training Center, where today we are going to talk about safety glasses. Before we jump onto the whiteboard, I just want to make it absolutely perfectly clear that I like safety glasses. I believe in safety glasses. I wear safety glasses. I do a lot of metal fabrication, welding. I do all my own yard work. I have got my heavy-duty face shield. I've got my generic clear planos. I have got a pair set up for distance with a lined bifocal. I have got a pair for distance, intermediate only. That's the range that I use most when working. I have got a pair with the face cavity shield for grinding. I've got my strap on there so it pulls it a little bit tighter behind my head, creating a better seal. And I've got these Plano from Steel, the outdoor power equipment company, as a sunglass. So I kind of like the protection that safety glasses provide. Now, I was going to start right here, but then I realized that actually I wanted to do something else first. So let's hop over to Studio B for just a moment. Welcome to Studio B, which is going to be for Be Safe and Be Smart. I am going to read, I'll put it up here for you so you can read along. I'm going to read 3 statements from the Optician Works website. After I'm through reading them, if you have any questions or any doubts, watch that video there. I'll leave that up for a second. One of the most important ones that we ever made. Okay, crazy super important here, part 1. Unless a lens is specifically designed to be a safety lens, you cannot make any assumptions on the impact resistance. Don't sell any material as being safe or impact resistant based on what you hear or read. As you would find out if you watch the video, it all comes down to the lens coating. Stop even talking about impact resistance when talking about lenses, period. Unless a lens is glass, you cannot make any assumptions on the scratch resistance. Don't sell any material other than glass as being more or less scratch resistant based on what you hear or read. It all comes down to the type of coating or coatings applied. Stop even talking about scratch resistance when talking about lenses, period. Let me repeat that. Don't sell any material as safe or impact resistant or scratch resistant based on what you hear or read on social media or at work. 99% of what you read on social media optician sites is just plain wrong. The only thing you could trust would be an independent report of testing done by an actual engineering laboratory on a specific lens material and coating combination. Literally, every possible lens monomer and every possible coating or coating stack would have to be tested as a standalone case. And somehow I just don't see that happening. So there you have it. Any questions? Watch the video. Safety glasses. By all means, if you are thinking at all about getting into offering safety glasses, by all means, go over and hit the Optician Works website. There is just simply way too much about safety glasses that we could cover even in 5 or 6 sessions like this. So just spend $9.99, get yourself a month's subscription to the website and read all the good stuff that's over there, including an amazing question and answer piece that I did with an expert in safety, gentleman who truly has dedicated his entire working life to safety eyewear. Great question and answers, and we cover so much cool stuff there. By all means, check it out. Gonna do a little myth versus fact on safety glasses here. First myth, material matters. It doesn't. Okay? What matters is the thickness of that material, the treatments that that lens gets, including tempering if it's glass. That's what matters for a given job. If a company decides the level of protection for a given job and a material can be made to the proper thickness with the proper treatments to provide the level of protection necessary for that job, material doesn't matter. Myth versus fact number 2, you cannot put a non-safety lens in a safety frame. You'll hear it, you'll read it, they drilled that into us when we were in school. Well, the fact is that that's not a law of any kind. If you put an ordinary lens in a safety frame, no one is going to kick your door down and drag you off to prison. Why? Okay, it's a horrible idea. I personally would not do it. I wouldn't recommend it. But in the myths category, it's simply not true. A myth about safety glasses is that they must be ugly. Well, they don't.
I make this look good.
There are fully rimless office-line safety glasses. They make pinks and purples. They have glasses that look exactly like a normal dress pair, but meet the requirements of a safety pair of glasses. Again, specific to the given job, and the company decides what those are. Now, to me, does it matter if they're ugly or not? You're talking about protecting your eyesight. I think of the guy out doing the bomb disposal, and he's walking towards the bomb, and he's got that giant suit on. Do you think he says, wow, I don't think I look good in this, right? I mean, it's about protection, so who cares what they look like? Myth versus fact number 1, 2, 3, 4. That a safety pair of glasses must have something. It must have a lens stamp. It must have side shields or riveted on side shields. That you can't put a progressive lens in a safety pair of glasses. It's all myth. Companies decide the level of protection that is required for a given job. The person that comes into your store with a safety frame, safety glasses order will have the requirements for that pair decided by that company. Yes, it may have these, it may very well not. You don't have to have a lens stamp, you don't have to have side shields. Again, you have fully rimless, okay? Some companies allow progressives, some don't. Safety glasses, myth number 5, selling them is a hassle. It's not, it's just different than the way you handle dress pairs. Just learn how to do it. You may be shopping from a catalog, a small tray. You may need to use a different lab. The person coming to you may bring a catalog. They may bring a voucher of some kind. It's your job. Just learn how to deal with it. And you guys know I'm not really into the warm, fuzzy stuff much, but wow, this is one of those times that as an optician, you make somebody a good pair of safety glasses, well, you might just save their vision someday, which is pretty cool. Well, let's take a little bit closer look about the 2 different ways that these are sold. I'll wrap it up. Gonna repeat it. If you're thinking about getting into safety eyewear, just see the Optician Works website. There's much more over there that'll help you make that decision. Remember that there are different standards for safety eyewear. There isn't just one. And then under those standards, there are additional substandards for different applications. Keeping in mind that glasses meet a particular standard. That's why they're all different kinds, and why getting back to that material doesn't matter piece, as long as the glasses meet that specific standard, well, then they pass, right? Generally speaking, safety glasses are sold in one of 2 ways. You have the business-to-business model. That's the mobile sales, the guy that drives around in the RV. Goes from factory to factory, stops every quarter or 6 months, generally an optician. You have got inside the factory. A factory is large enough. They have a room dedicated to safety eyewear. Again, it's an optician that usually goes in every quarter, every 6 months. People come, order their new pairs. Few and far between, but it is an optician's job. You may have a lab either starting out in safety or so much into safety that they're actually sending reps out into the giant factories. So more of a direct relationship model, and we talk about that on the website. The other is more or less the traditional retail model. Very much like selling a dress pair of glasses. However, you're going to find that your pricing is extremely reduced. The cost of the frames and lenses is much, much less than you find in dress. Why that is, we cover on the website. If you are interested in adding safety to your private practice under the retail model, well, head to Hilco. The website has an interview with someone from Hilco about the programs they offer. Of course, you could go there directly as well. Now, safety is a great niche area. I like it. If you are selling a couple a year, 10, 20, 30, fantastic. There is the chance for volatility if you get into serving a factory. I just want to mention this, all right? If you're talking about you have a giant factory in town and you work to get the contract of 500 a year, 1,000 a year, just remember that factories close. There's a lot of money on the table. Some lab might come in, undercut you, and you lose that business. So it's a little volatile in that way. You may be lucky. You may have a nice 20-year run or something. I think that safety may be an overlooked optician service. Again, I'm not really into the warm, fuzzy stuff, but all of the talk about opticians being in healthcare and the gift of sight and all the touchy-feely stuff, I'm guilty of this myself. Did I ever really push safeties? Did we talk about them? And that kind of got me to thinking, and I am 100% guilty of this myself. But what if, in addition to pushing the latest lens, coating, whiz-bang frame, or contact lens, we, and I mean we as in opticians and ODs, also pushed safety eyewear with equal vigor. The stats are shocking and saddening, and it is a place where we really could make a difference. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching us on Facebook, please give us a like. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button down there in the corner. It really helps us out. And make absolutely certain that every safety lens that goes into a safety frame comes from Laramy-K. And I will see you again next week.